Hey Ravens fans, today we're diving into a tough moment our team is facing, but also how our new offensive line coach, George Warhop, is stepping up after a major loss. Sadly, our beloved offensive line coach, Joe Dallasandres, recently passed away, and it shook the team deep. But Warhop, with his vast experience, has come in to continue the work and provide the support the players need both on and off the field. What's impressive is how he's managing this transition, honoring Joe's legacy while preparing the team for the season. Want to know how he's doing it and what impact this will have on the Ravens? Stay with me until the end, and I'll fill you in on everything. Imagine the weight that fell on George Warhop's shoulders. He had just returned to the NFL and suddenly found himself in a very sad situation. Ravens offensive line coach Joe Dallasandres passed away unexpectedly right before the season. Warhop, who wasn't expecting this, had to take on this enormous responsibility. The trust coach John Harbaugh placed in him shows the respect Warhop commands in the league. But the moment was one of grief and overcoming challenges. Think about how hard it must be to focus on work when the loss is still so fresh. Warhop knew that besides training the team, he also had to handle the sadness everyone was feeling. It's not easy to move forward when someone so important to the group is gone. But despite the pain, Warhop understands that the team needs to keep moving forward. The season is just around the corner, and he knows he has to get the players ready for what's coming. As tough as it is, Warhop has taken on the challenge, showing incredible strength. His mission now is to carry on the work Joe Dallasandres started, keeping the group united and focused. The respect and friendship he and Joe built over the years, even from afar, are crucial for Warhop to continue Joe's legacy within the team. Warhop and Dallasandres might not have been best friends, but there was always great respect between them. They met years ago in the World Football League, and even though they didn't work together daily, they kept in touch whenever they needed. One would call the other with questions, and this exchange of knowledge created a strong professional friendship. For Warhop, stepping into Dallasandres' shoes was even more special because of this relationship. He knew how dedicated Joe was and what he had done for the Ravens. This mutual trust was essential for Warhop to keep the offensive line on track. Dallasandres' work left a solid foundation, and Warhop knew the best way to honor that dedication was to continue what Joe had started. He praised how well-trained the players were, highlighting their intelligence and commitment. This helped Warhop make the transition smoothly without needing to change everything right away. Even so, he understands that it's not just about continuing what was already in place. Warhop wants to put a bit of his own stamp on the team, just as he did with Dallasandres. This blend of respect and desire to innovate will guide the offensive line going forward. It's this confidence he has in the players and Joe's legacy that allows Warhop to make gradual adjustments while keeping his friend's memory alive. With respect for everything Dallasandres built, Warhop knew he needed to be careful when making changes. He came in with the mindset of listening and learning first, understanding what was already working with the offensive. Instead of trying to change everything immediately, he chose to maintain what was working and gradually introduce some of his own ideas. Warhop knew this balance was important because the team was already accustomed to a certain training style. Warhop didn't want to come in and disrupt what Joe had built. He told the other coaches and players that at first he would just observe and learn. This way, he could understand what needed adjustment while respecting the work already being done. When it comes to technique, Warhop knows that small tweaks can make a big difference. So, he started suggesting minor changes, focusing more on technical aspects than on altering the playing style to help the players develop even further. This careful approach showed that Warhop was committed to continuing Dallasandres' work, but also to improving the team. He knew that for the Ravens to be competitive, the offensive line needed to be sharp, playing with strength and intelligence. This is where Warhop's work will start to show, with the team taking important steps to improve with each game. Warhop knows that for the Ravens to have a chance of winning, the offensive line needs to be top-notch. He made it clear from the start. The group needs to play with strength, intelligence, and above all, a lot of willpower. For Warhop, the team's success begins up front with the battle among the line. If they can dominate, everything else flows better, both in the running game and in protecting the quarterback. This mentality is something he's instilling in each player, day in and day out. The focus now is to ensure the players are ready to fight on every snap. Warhop believes that to win, the offensive line needs to be relentless. He wants the group to play physically, constantly putting pressure on opponents. Additionally, he's working to make sure everyone understands what they need to do on the field. Intelligence is as crucial as strength, and Warhop is dedicating time to fine-tuning details and ensuring no one falls behind. Over time, these changes will start to show in the games, But the first step is to solidify this all-out effort mentality. Warhop knows the team is in good hands, and if they continue with this attitude of commitment and focus, the results will follow. But beyond on-field performance, there's another challenge as significant as winning, and that's dealing with the grief from D'Alessandri's loss. In addition to preparing the team to win, Warhop knows that the pain from Joe D'Alessandri's loss is still very present among them. The death of someone so beloved and respected isn't easy to overcome, and each player is dealing with it in their own way. Warhop, who has experienced personal loss himself, understands that grief affects everyone differently. That's why he has made himself available to support the players both on and off the field. Warhop doesn't want the players to carry this burden alone. He knows that while the main focus is winning games, emotional well-being also needs to be balanced. He's made himself available for conversations and to help players process this difficult time. Some can handle grief better, but others need a bit more attention, and Warhop is attentive to these signs. He mentioned that if any player wants to talk or just vent, he's there for them. This emotional support is as important as physical training. Warhop understands that a united team that supports each other through tough times is stronger on the field. He has the experience and wisdom to know that this process takes time and is committed to helping the team move forward, always respecting each player's pace. But at the same time, he reminds everyone that the season is here and the focus on winning needs to be maintained. With the grief still present, Warhop knows that the real test for the team will be on the field. The season won't wait for the pain to pass, and the Ravens need to be ready to compete at a high level. This challenge is not only physical, but also mental. Every game will be an opportunity to show that the team can come together and overcome adversity, turning D'Alessandri's loss into motivation to fight even harder. Warhop has full confidence that the offensive line can lead this process of overcoming. To achieve this, Warhop continues to emphasize the importance of a winning mindset. He constantly reminds the players that the offensive line needs to be dominant in every game. If they play with the strength and intelligence he knows they have, the Ravens will be in a strong position to win. Every practice and adjustment is made with this goal in mind, to build a solid and unbeatable line. Warhop is convinced that with the right focus, the group will grow and stand out throughout the season. Now, the responsibility lies with the players. They know what they need to do to honor Joe's legacy and give their best on the field. Warhop is there to guide them, but the real test will be when they step onto the field. The upcoming season will be a mix of overcoming challenges and, above all, a chance to showcase the strength of the Ravens, even in the most difficult times. So, Ravens fans, what do you think about how Warhop is handling this tough situation? Even amidst the sadness of losing D'Alessandri's, he's dedicating himself to keeping the team strong and united and preparing the offensive line for the season's challenges. It's inspiring to see how he's turning adversity into motivation to do the best for the Ravens. I want to hear your thoughts. How do you think this new chapter will impact the Ravens season? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on our. Thanks for watching, and let's support our Ravens every step of the way.